What's up, guys? Finally a nice day in Michigan. Sun's out and it hasn't snowed here in a few weeks, and from the weather looks like it's gonna stay, you know, in 40s, 50s, which is good enough. As long as it's not snowing, I'm good with that. So I decided to go and pull my 6.4 out. It's a 2008. I bought it 6 years ago. Got it from a firefighter down in Indianapolis. He didn't really use the truck much, just, you know, drove it back and forth, you know, to and from work. And he got it from a guy who was a contractor, I guess, but he was like the foreman, so he never hauled anything with it really. So the truck really wasn't, you know, wasn't really used for much. When I first got it, it looked like nobody even sat in the back seat. It was super, super clean. When I got it, it was you know, only 5 years old, so didn't have many miles on it. It had 128,000 on it when I bought it. Now the truck has almost 207,000. I got about 20 more miles and it rolls 207. So I've had the truck for quite a while. It's been a great truck. Definitely will never sell this truck. You know, other trucks that, you know, I wouldn't really care too much about, but bought the truck when I was 21 and it's got a lot of sentimental value, I guess, to me. So definitely want to keep the truck. You know, this thing's been my baby for 6 years now, so it's never did me wrong. I know a lot of guys have problems with their 6.4s, and a lot of guys blow them up or have a lot of issues with them, but this truck literally has never had any issues except for, you know, your normal wear and tear. But yeah, the truck's been rock solid since day one, so I finally went and got out of the garage and got out of storage, and it's trashed right now, but here it is. Thing is filthy. May not look too bad in the camera, but sat in a guy's barn for 5 months, so it's pretty dusty. So it's a 2008. It's a Lariat. It's on an 8-inch lift with 24x14 American forces. My knee's cracking. That's what happens when you're 6'6", you got bad knees. So my wheels are a little dirty right now, obviously just from it sitting. You can see the windshield. It's covered in dirt. Hood's trashed. But yeah, I mean, this thing has been lifted with 14 wides. My old setup was 20x14s with 37s. They were fuel hostages. And I ran that setup for about 5 years. And then last year I saw these on Facebook, these American Forces. A guy was selling them. He wanted to lift his truck and decided to go a different route, so I bought them off of him. Got a pretty good deal on them. But man, the paint on this thing, you know, it's dirty right now, so it's kind of hard to tell. But I mean, there's some rock chips on it, but on the bottom here, a lot of it's dirt, some rock chips. But man, for having 14 wides on it for, you know, 70,000 miles, the truck's stayed pretty clean. You know, it's got some flaws here and there, you know, some scratches and stuff, but that's typical with a truck that's a truck that was new in 2008. It was really new in 2007. You know, they released them a year early. So for being out for, what, 13 years now, the truck's not too bad a shape. I don't drive it in the winter. You know, I try to store it anytime I can, and it was weird, my camera cut out for some reason. But yeah, the truck's pretty clean. So I'm gonna go down the road here. I'm at a local bar right down the street from my house. So right down the street's a car wash, so we're gonna head down that way and go wash this thing. Alright, so finally went and washed it, got it all cleaned up. which isn't perfectly clean yet, but it was just to get the dirt and crap off there just so you can see it. Definitely needs a deep cleaning, but it's a quick little spray off so you guys can see it clean. Definitely looks much better. You can see, even after cleaning these, they still need a nice good polishing after sitting, which I'll do a video on how I polish them. They don't need to be like cut or anything like that. They just need a nice good polishing. Get rid of those watermarks and stuff like that. It's on all the wheels, but they still look good for, you know, being covered in dirt for the last 5 or 6 months. Yeah, here it is. 08 6.4 on an 8-inch with 37 1350 24s with 24 by 14 American Force, the AKAs. This grill is pretty rare to most people too, with the it's got 3, 4, 5, 6 bars in it. Most of them only have the 3 bars in them, so I get a lot of questions on that grill, but it's a factory Ford grill. So I bought a cheaper kind of crappy lift, and my truck compared to my buddy's trucks, who are also on 8 inches, mine's just about 1.5 inches shorter than theirs, which is frustrating, obviously. And these actually split, I don't know if you can see it or not. Those split from doing burnouts. Somehow it ripped that clamp open. So there's a 4-inch exhaust till the end of the cab. Then it goes into a 5-inch to the axle down. Comes out right here. And I'll start it real quick so you can hear it. So as you can see, my tint's pretty dark. I have 20 on the windshield, and then I have limo here, and then limo over stock here, and in the back. I know a lot of people in a lot of different states can run this. Down south in Florida, I know you're allowed to run tint, but here in Michigan, they're like Nazis about it some of the time. But surprisingly, I've been pulled over multiple times in this thing, and I've never had any issue about tint. I used to have the red halos in my headlights, and I used to get pulled over all the time for those. And you know, the cops, they would pull me over for the halos, but they didn't really care about the tint. And I mean, you can obviously see my tint is pretty dark. So I have an H&S programmer on this truck. My other truck I have EasyLink with Proven Tunes. It's a little bit different in this truck. This is like a plug and play, so it's just from H&S. It's a XRT Pro. You plug it in your OBD 2 port and tune the truck from there. It's got a bunch of different tunes on there. There's like a mild, hot, and I think a wild tune setting, and they each have 3 or 4 different tunes in each of those, which is kind of confusing, but the 6.4s usually make the most power, you know, just like just your programmer and intake and exhaust. From the booklet, you can gain the most horsepower. So the 6.4s, you can gain 250 horse from H&S. The rest of them are usually like 175 to 200. So I think H&S is able to make a little bit more power out of these because there's, you know, from the factory they're twin turbo. So I think that they rely on the extra turbo to make that extra power. But I keep mine on 180 horse tune. You know, it's got, like I said, almost 207,000 miles on it, so I don't want to run a big horse tune on it. Plus, I feel like that's how most people blow theirs up. You know, these things are fast, so everybody wants to run their hot tune. You know, I think Spartan makes a 300 horsepower tune, which is ridiculous on, you know, the stock head studs and stuff like that. So I just keep mine on a smaller tune. You know, it's It's not setting a land speed record. It's on an 8-inch lift with 37s. I mean, what's it really going to beat? But overall, the truck has been really awesome. You know, like I said, I've had it for 6 years, and it's always performed well for me. So basically from I think 98 or 99 till 2016, Ford used the same cab. Ford used the same cab, and so the doors, you know, these doors will fit on a 7.3, or these doors will fit on my 6.7. It's pretty wild to me that they use all the same stuff, but how completely different even this truck is from my 6.7, and they're only 3 years apart. The seat in this truck sucks compared to the seat in my 6.7. It's nowhere near as comfortable. But being a taller guy, you know, I'm 6'6", so legroom and headroom is huge for me. And I mean, I always hunch when I sit. If I sit straight up in this truck, my head, you know, almost hits the ceiling, but doesn't hit. My 6.7, my head hits the ceiling. My seat is more comfortable, but my seat doesn't go down as far in my 6.7. But in my 6.7, I can move my pedals forward, but I can't in this truck. So there's a few little differences between each truck as far as that kind of stuff goes, but you know, legroom and headroom is huge for me, and my 6.4 definitely has more room than my buddy Kyler. You know, I have way more room in this truck versus my 6.7, which is weird because it's obviously the same cab. So I do like how comfortable the 6.7 seat is though compared to this truck. And my 6.7 is obviously more drivable. The drivability is better because it's not such a big lift and such big wheels and tires, but it's still an F350 where this truck's an F250. I love this truck though. I wouldn't, you know, like I said, I wouldn't sell this truck. There's no way I could sell it. I've had it for too long, and you know, my first real big boy purchase, I guess you could call it. I just got a job at General Motors, and you know, went against the grain and bought a Ford. My whole family's a Ford family. We've always been for Ford, so I had to stick with it, and I'm glad that I did. You know, this truck's been awesome. But yeah, I definitely can't sell it. This thing is my baby, and I don't ever want to get rid of it. Hopefully you guys like this video. That's pretty much it for today. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Hopefully I can get to making some more videos even with all this coronavirus crap going on. I'm breaking the rules today and outside driving around and cleaning the truck. It's too nice out to be cooped up inside, especially since we've been cooped up inside in Michigan since early November. You know, we got winter pretty early this year, so that kind of sucked. But yeah, subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of stuff, and hopefully I can keep providing you guys with more good content. Thanks for watching.